Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Please be welcome to my music theory class. We have learned in our previous lessons the grouping of notes into bars. Today we are going to study bars, double bars and dotted double bars. You start, for example, you are writing for one instrument, the violin. You will divide your scale into bars as per your music. What is the length of a bar? Question number one. There is no hard and fast rule about the length of a bar. If you are writing a music at a slow pace, the bars will be short. But if you are writing a music at a quick pace, where you will have to write a lot of notes that take a lot of space, then the bars will be long. So you can have 1, 2, 3, 4 bars on one scale. We use the term musical phrase. We don't use the term musical sentence. It's not grammar. And when you start a musical phrase, it starts somewhere. At the beginning, it starts from the G clef here, or the F clef maybe, and it goes and it ends up with a double bar. It ends up with a double bar. This we call a bar. This bar line, this is a bar, this is a bar line, this is a double bar. So your music starts here and ends up at the double bar. This will be the musical phrase. Then it starts over again here and it goes on like this. When you are writing your piece of music and your musical phrase stops here, and you want the player to repeat this phrase, you don't have to write it over again. What you will have to do, you just insert 2 dots here, and this means that the player has to play this twice. So it starts to play here, arriving at the 2 dots there, he plays it over again and he carries on with his music. But if you are writing for a piano, you will have the bass clef here. The bars should fall on a perpendicular line, like this. What you will need to do is to put a bar here, a perpendicular line here, and you put the bracket here, as we explained, meaning that this has to be played by one performer. The bar line has to be here on both staves. It drops here, and it ends up with your double bar somewhere. You will find on your music sheet that a double bar, the second bar is thicker than the first bar. This is for printing only. For manuscript, once you write a double bar, any player will know that this musical phrase stops there. You should never try to write it like this for the piano. It should not be like this, because it might create confusion for the player where the accent has to be. Especially, don't do this mistake of writing the bar not on the same perpendicular line. This is wrong. It will confuse the player. Okay? So when you write for the piano, it necessarily has to be like this. This will be for the piano. Now, another thing concerning writing, you have written this musical phrase and it ends up with two dots here, meaning that it stops there. The musical phrase does not necessarily stop at the end of the stop. It can carry on if your music is long. It can carry on here. And stops anywhere. It is here that it stops. And if you have to play it twice, you will have to write it here. So when the player plays, it has to stop here. He plays this twice and he carries on with the music. In the event, for example, if the phrase stops here with a double dot and it goes on and you find another double dot here, how are you going to proceed with this? There's the Orthodox there, the Orthodox there. So you play this first, you repeat it. When you play this one, when you arrive here, you repeat this phrase. You don't repeat the whole. This sign pertains to this phrase, and this one pertains to this phrase. And if the double bar did not stop here, and the double bar stopped here, when you start over again, you will have to start it here, there. So you play this twice, and you play this twice. You don't play this twice and create some confusion. When you end up with your music, most style, they play the first part again. There is a sign which you will find here. The sign is like this. This sign. You might find this sign at the beginning of the music piece. And somewhere it is written the word fine, F-I-N-E. It's not pronounced fine in English, it's in Italian, it's written fine, F-I-N-E. From this side to this side, you will find at the end of your piece, it will be written dal segno al fine. You find this dal segno al fine means that from this sign, dal means from, segno sign, al to, fine, finish. Meaning when at the end of your piece you find this has been written, so you have to start from playing here up to the last note at fine. You play it back again. And you might find something again written fade out. Fade out, meaning you will have to play softer and softer until you finish the music. And that will be all for today. Until next time, see you, have a nice time, goodbye. Thank you very much.